difference between a roadkill and a trombone player. The roadkill may have been adding to a gag. Why are some instruments disrespected? Let's talk about that. Welcome to the Wednesday show, where we laugh and love and joke, you know. Come on in and sit, my friend, and let's talk about music again. Come on in. Gotta love that intro. I'm here today, and we're going to talk about why some instruments are disrespected. Don't worry, I moved closer to the camera. I'm standing now, in this one at least. Why? Because people love the content, but they don't like the distance. So I'm hoping this is better. So here we go. Why are some instruments disrespected? I'm going to name off some instruments that are commonly disrespected in a minute. And just know, if you play any of these instruments, I am not disrespecting you or the fun that you're having by playing these instruments. I'm just calling out what I've commonly heard as instruments that are disrespected, okay? I play some of these instruments, so let's get into it, shall we? All right. First of all, the ukulele, which I'm playing right now. The ukulele is the most disrespected string instrument there is. Why is that? Well, that's a good question. I like the tonality. I like the frequency range. I like everything about this. But some musicians, they'll be like, oh, you just play the ukulele. Strange, right? Well, let's look at other instruments, and then we'll come back and try to figure out why, as a whole, they are disrespected. Look at the harmonica, another instrument that I commonly play. If you see someone playing the harmonica, or if you're a harmonica player, and you're playing the harmonica, whether it be solo or in a band, a question you commonly get asked is, that's cool, but what other instruments can you play? Because it's considered lesser. Is it due to size? We'll discuss that. But it's commonly referred to as lesser. People are not as like, oh, that's cool. It's more like, oh, that's cute. When I make a song with my ukulele or harmonica, I get told, oh, that's a cute little song. Where if I make a song with a guitar, it's, oh, that's a really good song. See the difference there? There's an internal bias from the get-go. So let's keep going down this path. Now, like I said before, any of these instruments are good instruments. Cigar box guitar. Love it. It's great for blues. Great for many genres, depending on how you have it tuned. DAD, CDC, GDD, whatever. You know? It's so versatile, and it's got a great blues, rugged, gritty sound, which is like traditional blues. If you listen to old school blues, perfect for that, right? But you see someone playing a 3-string guitar or a cigar box guitar, some have 4, and some people will judge, especially people who play like a 6-string. Why is that? At the very beginning, I made a joke about trombone players. And you know what? That joke has been circling around for years. People often say a fate worse than death is being a busker and being replaced by a trombone player. Like, that is the butt of all instrument jokes. Why? All right, I could keep going on listing. And you know what? Let's see here. The bass guitar is also considered easy. Is considered a disrespected instrument. Why? Well, all you have to do is look at the Simpsons meme and how vastly that spread. And people were making fun of bass guitars. What is the Simpson mean? Well, you see Homer goes into a music store and the guy's like, oh, you've got big fingers, you'd be a great bass man. And hands Homer a bass. And then he's like, what do I do? And he goes, you see that top string? You just do this. And he's like, okay. And then the guy's laying out some crazy riffs over top of this. Just like awesome. And then the guy afterwards is like, dang, you're a great bass player. That was some sick bass riffs. And all he did was this. And that spread online like wildfire. Like literally, I'd say top 3 Simpson memes of all time. And making fun of bass guitars. And they became the butt of the joke for a long time. Now I get it. Every instrument can be dunked on. And that's the beauty of instruments is you can, none of them are perfect. But the question then becomes, why are some genuinely hated by the masses? Or disrespected, I guess. Well, if you look at the ukulele here, you'll see that I have a theory that goes as to why they're disrespected. A harmonica, anyone off the street can pick one up, put it to their mouth, and blow. And they'll be like, oh, that's not hard. And you know what? It's not hard to play, it's hard to master. Here's the thing they say. Playing the harmonica is the easiest to play wrong. You know, you're in the key, so you don't really have to think about music theory. So and any note you play generally will sound decent in a song. But there's so many skill levels beyond that people don't think about. Tongue blocking, harmonics playing, bending, harmonics playing while bending, tongue blocking while bending, playing single notes, learning how to play 16th, 32nd notes, so on and so 36. There's so many techniques that builds up, but the baseline to get in is easy. For the harmonica, it just is. Ukulele, the C chord is literally this. The F chord, if you're a guitar player, you know that the F chord is not this easy on guitar. It's just these two. It's fret 1, string 3. Fret 2, string 1. That's the F. Guitar players, you don't have it that easy. You're barring down and these two. It's going to look something like that. And so, again, we have a common theme. Easy to begin, but is the uke hard to master? I would say any instrument is hard to master. Why? You have scales that you have to learn. You have, techniques. You have rhythm patterns, chucking patterns. You have individual notes. So many things. Your skill level, how hard it's going to be for you to play your instrument, depends on how good you want to get. But the entry level is easier on a ukulele. Just is. Here's the C. Here's the A minor. Here's the A7. It's all one finger. And the hardest is an E, literally. That's it. And it's that right there. Requires all 4 fingers. Most people don't play an E. They'll just go to an E flat if they can get away with it, which is this. Oh, see? I messed that up. That's it. That's the E flat. And it's close enough to an E. If you don't play the top string, it technically is an E. The top string is what makes it a flat whenever you're playing. Anyways, this is not a ukulele tutorial video. So, the ukulele is considered an easy entry point instrument. All right, so the trombone. Let's look at that. You've got a sliding instrument. You don't have any buttons to press. You don't have any, combinations of anything. It's just a slider. You have to learn positions, sliding positions. And you have to memorize where those are by feel. That seems like not a easy instrument to begin on, unlike the ukulele and the harmonica. So then why is it the butt of everyone's joke? It breaks the theory that I have going on, right? I have no idea why the trombone is considered the bane of existence of instruments. Makes no sense to me. But it is. And it's not an easy, starting instrument. Learning slide positions, you're off by a fraction of an inch. Your note's wrong. Tell me how that's easier than a trumpet. Or, you know what I mean? It's not. It's definitely not. So, I don't know, it just is. And let's keep looking, okay? Cigar box guitar. You've got a glass slider or a metal slider of some sort, or ceramic, and you're going up and down the neck. A lot of cigar box guitars don't even have frets. They're fretless boards. And either way, it's the same concept as a trombone. You have to learn the differentiate, like how far down. All right, I'm going to go down this far and then down and this far and this far. You have to learn that and memorize it through muscle memory. Again, not the easiest thing to do, and yet it's dogged, right? Why is that? Again, couldn't tell you at all. But I have my opinions on all these, and I'm going to share that now. My thoughts on the harmonica and the uke. Easy entry points. Therefore, people disrespect it because it's not as hard to feel good playing it and to have fun playing it. The trombone and the cigar box guitar, harder to pick up and get to the point where you can have fun playing it because you really have to get through the fundamentals of the slides, but still disrespected. Trombone, like I said, no idea. Cigar box guitar, maybe because it's a cheaper instrument, generally. But there's so much history with the cigar box guitar. I'm going to be making a whole video on that at some point. And it's the history of a cigar box guitar is so rich, and as a blind man, I vibe with that. So the question then becomes, does it really matter? People are going to hate on anything. But why should you hate? Should you even hate an instrument? And the answer is, why would you? Is it because they didn't have to put in the effort as much to enjoy the benefits of playing the instrument and then have fun and feel a sense of, oh, I learned that song. I feel great. They didn't have to put in as much work. Depending on how you quantify work, maybe it's due to a lack of knowledge of how much work goes into learning these instruments. Or maybe it's just a cultural thing. Personally, I think all instruments should be respected because regardless to the entry level difficulty, anyone who gets into playing music should be celebrated because now you have something in common with someone else and you can relate to them better and empathize. Oh yeah, I get that, Regardless of the difficulty of the instrument, just enjoy the fact that you've got more people to play with. Quit disrespecting instruments. Join the bandwagon of loving them. All right, this has been Blind Justice, and I will see you guys Friday. I have a comedy song coming out. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Yes, I did. Don't forget to share, like, and show.